brothers and sisters, welcome to my channel. If you are new, please don't forget to subscribe. This is Uncle Lenny, the only uncle in town. So guys, before I continue, I just wanted to say thank you so much for checking up my videos, sharing and leaving a comment in the comment box. So but this afternoon I just got one topic, guys, that I wanted to talk. You see, Uncle Lenny has been a champion to inspire so many diasporas to invest into the continent of Africa. But much as I am an advocate, I need to stand up and advise you guys on those that are pertaining to the investment and the risk. And we have to make sure that a couple days ago I had this other sister who was in Atlanta, Georgia. She's from Kenya. She decided to relocate back to the African continent so that she can go and invest into other areas. But brothers and sisters, I just want to be honest out here. Before you make this decision of relocating to the continent, you have to make sure that you are very sure that you are ready. So in this case of this sister who is coming from Kenya, she said, God saying it is time. We have to be very, very sure if we have really heard that voice that God says you have to relocate. And when you relocate that side, find time, do some research. Remember that you have been away for some time, meaning there are so many players that are in the field doing almost the same thing that you want you to do. But at the same time, I like what this sister said, that when she got to the continent, she trusted this man of God. But remember, even the Bible is telling us that we have to test the waters. The Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. It's good to trust into the man of God, but we have to also to be very careful, because the very Bible is telling us that on the last days, you shall see many that will come in my name, but not everyone are for me. Even in the Christian circles, there are people that are crooked that you can't even believe that this is a man of God. But in this incident, they says this woman trusted a pastor in one of the churches in Kenya who connected her to the people around on the ground. But on the process, every transaction that she trusted the pastor went wrong. And she went back to the pastor and said, Pastor, that person you connected me. She says, no, I just connected you because I knew he's doing the businesses. But this woman was swindled by the man of God. So what am I telling you? You can return to the continent. Do not put all your faith into your brothers and sisters. Even the men of faith too that you meet, they are not what you think they are. They are also into the scamming circles. So just be very careful. And this woman, she said she returned back to Kenya, and guess what she did? She went back into politics. Ha! Chinegeo, you have been away for all these years and you decide to go back into politics. Is everything okay with you, Mama? We should never be cheated that you come back to the continent and you come back and join politics. I will encourage you to go back and do the right thing and be careful on the people that are around you, because even the continent also, they're also in dire need of dollar. They're also in dire need of your cash. Oh my God, they will shower you within the short period of time when you return to the continent. But thereafter, it will be a misery for you. But the sad part of this woman is that she said she has been swindled 4 or 5 times. Remember, one, she went back and joined politics, she lost. She said she only got 2,000 votes. And 2, she decided to go into whatever business is that she connected the pastor. It didn't work out. She decided to use the sister too, whom the sister also swindled her, and she had to take the sister to police. And you can imagine it was one misfortune after another. It doesn't matter, even the bloodline also, she was swindled. So you have to be careful, guys. That's the reason why Uncle Lenny is always out to try by all means to tell you or to shed light when it comes to investing into the continent of Africa. I told you last time on my previous video that this other woman was sending the money in Nigeria just to realize that when she returned back, when she fell sick, none of the family members was there for them. But in this case, she said the Kenyan people that were living in Atlanta, decided to say we have acquired knowledge enough here in diaspora. So it's about time that we return back to the continent and give back to our motherland. But listen, when she was going, she said she heard from God. But I wonder what kind of God that go back to Africa and join politics. I'm not on the idea of not you guys to return back, but I just want you guys to be very, very, very careful, very extremely careful. It may be your relatives, it may be your friends, even in the Christian circles. I want you to open your eyes. I want you to open your eyes, because people are not what you think they are. They may show you white teeth, and yet they are not exactly what they are. They portray a different picture, and yet they're con men. I just wanted us to learn from the incident that happened from this madam from Atlanta who returned back to Kenya. Just right now, as I speak, guys, it was a very sad situation, because right now she's confined in one single room after living in Atlanta, living a good life. She said she came from being a millionaire to reduce to one room. And whatever happened to her can happen to either me or someone else who is in diaspora. Remember that we work so hard. We work so hard and making sure that when our time comes in, we don't just want to return back to the continent with nothing. But even as you plan, even as you're thinking about investing back home, or even here, whatever investment, I want you guys to be very open-minded, because there are so many scammers. People nowadays are crooked than ever before. There are some that are doing internet. Some, they come in a white-collar job. Some, they still come with a Bible. Some are still using a Bible, guys, to con you. I just wanted to let you know, guys, to be careful when it comes to investment, or if we are planning to invest into the continent of Africa. And I'm still going to inspire you, encourage you guys to go back and do the right thing. But just be very careful on the people that you bring around your circles, your advisors, the people that are telling you we can do this kind of investment. Because not every investment is good for you. You have to do very much big research before you take up that step. You need to do a lot of planning. Make sure you have your house on your own before you're thinking about going home. Don't go back like that Kenyan woman who went back without no house, and yet she's renting one bedroom. Yes, we are talking about that Kenyan woman, but this can still happen to someone. So if you are thinking about you relocating to the continent, first and foremost, make sure you have a house of your own. It doesn't matter either you're coming from Kenya, you're coming from Ghana, or you're coming from Sierra Leone. Make sure you have your house first, just in case everything goes not according to your plan. You have somewhere you can fall on. You can fail. I want to encourage you that make sure you have your house. Then these other things will be secondary. Don't just relocate, pack your stuff and go to the continent, and yet you're going to rent. Oh my goodness, you're going to have a shock of your life, because even the continent also, accommodation has become so expensive. Accommodation has become so expensive. If you live in other cities, in other part of the cities in Africa, accommodation is as good as living in New York City or in Washington, D.C. So I want to make sure that you plan adequately. You have enough finances, but I don't encourage you to carry finances. I encourage you to make sure that you build your own house before you are thinking of taking that step to go to the continent, or to go and invest, or to go and do business, or to be a supplier of whatever commodity you want to supply. Make sure you have accommodation of your own. Then these other things will fall in place. We should not go back like that Kenyan woman who is, as I speak right now, she's confined in a single room, which even that single room, it's not her house. She has to rent, because she said even the goods that she put in the containers did not arrive in Kenya. Just know, guys, how her trip is. It has been one setback after another. That's the reason why Uncle Lenny stood up today and tried to shed light into all of you guys that are in diaspora. Yes, time will come the way you need to return back to the continent. Or even if you have decided that you're not going to return to the continent, make sure that you have a plan B in everything that you do. Especially those that are planning to go back. Those that are planning to go back. That's where you are the center of my discussion this afternoon. That you need to plan very much and make sure that you do the research. And don't trust too much. And make sure when you pray, you hear that voice of God speaking to you. Not just say, oh, I've heard God speaking to me. And yet you don't even know either it's the voice of God or it's the voice of the enemy. The devil even also can come in the form of an angel. And yet they are not angels. And all these devils are around us. They are come to deceive you and I. To say, hey, I want you to invest. I'll help you. But yet they are con men. It's very sad, guys, what happened to that madam in Kenya. As time goes on, I'll link up the video so that you can hear it for yourself, guys, what the ordeal, what this woman went through. So guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope you have learned something. I hope you're gonna have to sit back on your planning, on your draw board. Even the people that are around you, try to evaluate them to see if you can trust them up when it comes to project or any development issues. I love you guys and thank you so much for watching me. I'll see you again in the next content. Adios, amigos.